Welcome everyone to this month's new moon reading. Now this new moon is a total solar eclipse. It's the second new moon in Aries for this year. We had one last month in March. So the universe is really wanting you to embody the energies, the lessons of Aries. And that means having courage, confidence, and an unwavering belief in yourself. So at this time, it's so important to set your intentions in accordance with those energies. This is definitely not a time to doubt your judgment or your dreams and goals. It's a time to connect with your adventurous spirit. That spirit that makes you want to just go out and do things, have a go. Take a risk. Give some new idea a chance to flourish. Remember, the new moon is a time to set intentions, to dream and plan, so that then in the following weeks you can start to take action on those intentions, on those dreams and goals. Be bold, dream big, my friends, and allow that to be the driving force behind what you want to manifest. No holding back, my friends. Use the energy of Aries to ignite your passions, your drive, and guide your dreams and goals to new heights. You can't tell an Aries you can't do that. That will only give them more energy to go ahead and do it. There's this sense of being limitless. It's like a dream big and limitless. And I feel we're going to have that energy bubble up in us, regardless of whether we're an Aries sun, moon or rising, or wherever we've got Aries in our chart. Aries is bold. Aries is a cardinal sign, so it likes to instigate. It likes to take that first step. Now, Aries is also independent. And I feel that at this new moon, it's so important to align your dreams with you, not with what other people want or need. I just feel the new moon is always for us as an individual. What do we want? What do we hope and dream for? What do we want to see manifest in our life? And we set those intentions to then find a plan to take the steps in the coming weeks to manifest. Now, this is eclipse. This is an eclipse. It's a total solar eclipse. So what that means, my friends, is that it intensifies the energy even more. So we have already this, I believe it's called a black moon, when there are two moons in the same year, in the same sign, star sign. So this is the second moon, new moon in Aries. We had one at the end of March, and now we're having one at the end of April. So this is on the 19th or the 20th, depending on where you are in the world, of April. And there's this sense of intensity. Aries are quite intense, especially when they're gone into drive mode. They've got a plan and they want to execute it. They're very driven. They can be very blinkered as well. And sometimes that can help and sometimes that can hinder us. It's up to you to decide which energies you need to embrace. Do you need to pull it back? Do you need to slow down? Aries is a very, it's a masculine sign. It's ruled by Mars, which is, if we want to give a planet a, if we wanted to say what's a masculine planet, Mars is the epitome of that. So there's this masculine energy, and we're being asked to embrace that. But we also need to keep balance as well. So look at where you might need to bring in some feminine energy. The new moon, remember my friends, is not a time to take action. That'll come in the following weeks. It's a time to plan. It's a time to just set intentions. Write down your goals and dreams, and don't limit yourself. Don't put a ceiling on how far you think you can go, or how high or how big you can dream. No limits, my friends. If there was one message I could give you for this new moon, is no limits. And the second, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself like you never have before. Those are the energies. Let's get started with your reading. Okay, my friends, we have pole number 1, pole number 2, pole number 3, and pole number 4. For pole number 1, we have the amethyst. For pole number 2, we have the black onyx. The black obsidian, beg your pardon. For pole number 3, we have picture jasper. And for pole number 4, we have the aventurine. So there you go, my friends. Select a pile that you feel drawn to, that you feel called to, by pile number, by crystal. Just a guess. This reading will be for new moon to new moon, so over a 4-week period. And if you are drawn to more than one pile, please feel free to connect with as many piles as you feel drawn to. Hello, pole number 1. Welcome, my friends. Let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for you for this new moon in April, this new moon in Aries. Sorry, go backwards. So we have the Emperor. We saw that come out, didn't we? We have the Knight of Wands. We have the Hermit, and we have the Knight of Cups. Wow. Now, I've seen these cards. I don't normally look at the cards because I want the first impression to come as I turn over the cards. So as I turn them over is when I see them. But pole number 1, I actually realised I'd already pulled the cards out and started to talk, and realised I hadn't pressed record. So I'm starting again. So my original reaction to these cards is probably a little bit toned down because I've already talked about them a little bit. This is my second take on this. But I cannot bring to your attention enough, pole number 1. This is all very masculine energy. And this new moon total solar eclipse is our second one this year in Aries. So it's the first total solar eclipse, but this new moon is the second new moon this year in Aries. And you have got the Emperor. The Emperor is the Aries card. And look at these energies. And I feel it's very split. I feel you've got, this is the week of the new moon, this is the week of the waxing moon, this is the week of the full moon, and this is the week of the waning moon. And it's like these two energies go beautifully together, and these two energies go beautifully together. So I'll come back to the tarot, but I really could I could almost not look at these cards, though these cards also are magnificent. But oh, there's just so much to say just on the tarot. Now, your overall energy, or the guiding energy in this reading, is freedom. And look at how she's looking up at the Emperor. So that's very interesting. You've got the South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. You have the full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. You have the new moon in Taurus. Prosperity lies ahead. And you have the new moon eclipse. Expect powerful change. Now, you've got the two eclipse cards. You've got the full moon eclipse and you've got the new moon eclipse. And the eclipses, my friends, it intensifies everything. It magnifies everything. It makes, I just want to say, everything more. Now, Spirit's guiding me directly to the tarot, so we'll come back to this guiding energy, or this overall energy for your reading. So this is, I'm doing it a little bit different this month, my friends. I don't know if it's the energy of this new moon, but I felt drawn to do the 4-week breakdown from new moon to new moon. And I felt the moonology, I felt like I would use it to clarify, to bring more information for each individual week. So we'll see how it goes. Leave me a comment if you like, if you like this new way of doing it. I feel called sometimes to just do things differently. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to start off. Actually, thank you, Spirit. I'm going to start off, before I pick up the individual cards, I'm going to start off just by giving you the rundown of this energy. The Emperor is an energy of self-empowerment. It's an energy of sitting in your power, not in a domineering kind of way, just in an authentic, this is who I am, and this is what I like, this is what I don't like, this is what I believe in, this is what I don't believe in. So the Emperor knows himself. He doesn't need to change anybody's mind. He doesn't need to defend himself or to, what's the word I'm looking for, Spirit? It's not defend. I mean, it can be defend himself, but he doesn't need to explain himself. Justify. Thank you, Spirit. He doesn't need to justify himself or his actions. The Knight of Wands is the action taker. Now, the Knight of Swords is the fastest knight in the tarot, and then the Knight of Wands. So he's very fast, but he's driven. This is the knight that is driven by his passions, by his calling, by his vision, and he's running directly into the Emperor. So this shows me that this night is going towards, it's you are taking action on the real you, pole number one. You're taking action on your dreams and goals, but not because it's going to bring you money, not because it's going to bring you fame, not because it's what your mum and dad want, not because it's what your partner wants, not because you think people will look at you and think, oh yeah, they're going to think, oh, this is great. No, it's that deep, deep, authentic inner self that will be guiding your actions. And at the time of the full moon in May, early May, you're going to be looking back. And then the full moons are the perfect time for forgiveness, letting go, healing, gratitude. And you've got the Hermit. So you've got this energy of, I understand. I've got passion and conviction in what I want to do, in who I am. And now you're embracing this gentle hermit energy of looking within, realigning. And then you go to the Knight of Cups. And in speed, he's sort of the next from the Knight of Wands. So he's the slow one. It's slower energy, but it's energy of love. The Cups is love. The Cups is fulfillment, emotion, feelings. The Cups, the Wands, I feel as a very masculine energy. The Cups I feel is very feminine energy, though it's backed by a Knight with it, which is a very masculine energy. So this is a balancing. And you move forward a little bit slower by coming up to the next new moon. You're maybe reevaluating. You've learnt so much here. This driving force forward. You've taken the time to stop and think about it at the full moon in May. And then you move forward, still fulfilled, still towards what you love and what will fulfill you, your soul, but in a more calm, maybe methodical, planned out way. It could just be as well, my friends, that the energy of the go, 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 oh, this is your dream, push forward, has subsided and the push has happened, and now you just keep the momentum rolling, but the energy is calmer and more gentle. So if you find yourself for the next 2 weeks, my friends, if you find yourself, pole number one, starting to get tired, just know that at the full moon and the week following the full moon, you'll have time to rest, you'll have time to reevaluate, you'll have time to gather your thoughts and yourself. But Spirit's showing me that you're still moving forward. Yes, more slowly, but it's still forward movement. And I think that's where this freedom comes in. You know, there is a chain on this door, but the door was never chained. So there's a sense here that you're liberating yourself, so taking action. By the time you get to here, you feel free. And Spirit's actually showing me, like I'm just seeing that you feel freer, you feel lighter. It sets you on a path. Maybe, you know, you've had to end a few things. And that might come with the Hermit. Evaluating, okay, this is where I am now. I can't, he's only lit by the star. but he's lit by the healing energy. You know, you're guided by a star, my friends. How amazing is that? And you can't, you know, when you get to this full moon, I feel like you might not see the next few steps. You might kind of feel like, oh, everything suddenly stopped. But it hasn't. You're out in the world now. And I'm kind of feeling like, I mean, this is a girl in this, in the image, but I'm kind of, Spirit's showing me a bird that has, you know, just realized that there was never a door on his cage, and he's taken off out of the cage and he's flown to the nearest branch, and he's just sitting there for a minute. And you know, he's spreading his wings every now and again because he didn't have the room to in his cage. And he's kind of like sitting there going, wow, I just flew. I can fly. Oh my gosh, who knew? It's like, okay, I don't have these 4, you know, bars around me, you know, the 4 sides of the cage around me anymore. It's like, oh, wow. I don't have a roof over me. I can look up and see. I've got space. And there's this sense, that's what I'm feeling of the Hermit. It's like there's achievement of some sort here, or there was so much forward movement, even if this is not, I mean, generally the Knight of Wands, and I'm feeling for the majority of you, Spirit is telling me this is actual forward movement in the physical world. You can see it, it's tangible. But there's some of you that might be feeling, well, this is all in my ideas and my goals and what I want. And so the Hermit for you will be a way of looking out, going, okay, so I've got this drive, I've got this passion, I can see my calling, I can see how I can use my gifts. And then the Hermit is like, okay, I'm going to look around me and see what's available to me. The Hermit slows you down. It doesn't stop you. It's not like the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man straps himself up so he can see from a different perspective, and he literally pauses in his journey because there's a sense of, I've got to see this from all angles to know that I'm on the right path. The Hermit is not that kind of energy. The Hermit is more, okay, I've been travelling along with the Knight of Wands fairly fast. Now I've got to pause and see, am I still going in the right direction? Because forward movement, every time we do things, we change, we grow, we evolve, we learn. And the Hermit is that beautiful energy that just slows you down enough to go, right, am I still headed in the direction that I want to be in? Is this still in alignment with me? And I love how he's looking at this energy. It's a sense of evaluating, is my direction still in alignment with me, my inner goals and dreams, my authentic true self? So he's evaluating. There's a sense of evaluating and yeah, sorry, I'm pausing because Spirit's saying is you're evaluating but you're still moving. So it's not a time to stop. It's just a time to go from a gallop to a walk, a careful walk. Because he's being mindful, he's not that well lit. So he needs to look to see where he's putting his feet. He doesn't want to fall. He's on the top of a mountain. He doesn't want to fall. But it's kind of like, thank you, Spirit, he's at the top of a mountain. So he might even turn around and look, which direction do I want to go down? So there's a sense of achievement here. You've gone up the mountain. And then you get to move forward. But there is a sense here of being lighter. And I feel this pause with the Hermit almost makes your vision more concrete. And what I mean by that is it becomes really tangible. It's like, you know, if you can imagine a bird that's just been let out of a cage, you know, it's going to kind of sit there for a minute and go, oh, I can fly anywhere I want. The funny thing is, or the conundrum maybe that this bird might find itself in, is that it hasn't seen anything. It doesn't know which direction to fly in. So it takes a moment and it decides it's going to try north or south or wherever. There'll be something that attracts its eyes and that'll be the direction it goes in. And then it's free. So there's a sense from new moon to new moon, there's a sense, and this is not the new moon comes after this in the following new moon reading in May, but there's a sense that this opens you up to a whole new way of looking at life. And I just feel it opens up your life or an aspect of your life. So now let's have a look at the clarifiers with the Moonology. So you have the Emperor and the South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. And I think these two cards actually in your reading are so perfect. Because the Emperor, the mountains behind the Emperor, they're the obstacles. That's the journey that the Emperor has gone on in order to become the Emperor. He wasn't the Emperor when he was at the bottom of this mountain or the bottom of this mountain. He had to learn, he had to grow. Now, we can learn and grow in two ways. We can take our mistakes, our wrong turns, our doubts and fears, and we can allow them to guide us, to help us to grow, to give us courage and confidence. Two very Aries energies. And so the past then doesn't hold you back. It fuels your future. It fuels you forward because you see everything as a learning curve. So you don't feel like you've failed. You don't feel like you've done wrong, because you know that that brought you to where you are now, to the understanding that you know now. If you went back as you are now, pole number one, you would make different choices because you have this gained wisdom. So there's a sense here, my friends, of don't allow your past to be what makes you feel inadequate or not good enough. Don't allow it to fuel your fears and your doubts. It didn't work out last time, so I'm not going to try again. I'm not going to try again in a new partner or try a new business or leave my job and go work for myself or go for that promotion. No. It may not have worked last time because you needed to make those errors. You needed to learn those things in order to gain more wisdom, to change and to grow. And now you're not that person that previously tried. So the Emperor uses his past to gain wisdom, which empowers him. And I think that's very powerful because that's the new moon. And I feel like, you know, the new moon is about making your wishes, my friend. So don't allow the past to dictate how you wish and dream, what intentions you are going to set at this new moon, because you will really let yourself down. Be bold. Know that the past errors have led you to where you are now, and be thankful, be grateful. We have the Knight of Wands and the full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. And I feel this energy is gorgeous together, because the Knight of Wands is all about taking action, inspired action. And conclusions are within reach. It just means this inspired action is going to give you the answers that you need. It's going to move you forward in the direction that you need. Now I'm saying need and not want. So Spirit has just made me observe that. The words that Spirit has given me is needs, not wants. So for some of you, this might not be what you expected. This might not be exactly what you wanted. But Spirit's saying to me it's what you need. And trust, my friends, that that will move you forward so much more. And you'll see that. You really will. And I feel your goals are closer than you think. This is fiery energy. This is your passions. This is going forward in your passions, feeling limitless and not allowing yourself or anybody else to say no, to say you can't, to feed your doubts or your fears. And these conclusions are within reach. I think it's twofold, my friends. I think it's really like the answers are within reach, clarity. But I think it's also like your dreams. Your dreams are within reach. The conclusion of your actions is within reach. And I think that's what this freedom is here as well. This sets you off on a path where you have freedom, and that can be just even freedom of mind and feelings and self-expression. It can be freedom in the sense that you're going off, leaving family and friends behind, or you might be ending a long-term relationship. But there's a sense here that you're moving towards something. We have the Hermit, and prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. And the Hermit, I actually can't remember off the top of my head, but the Hermit I'm feeling is really Taurus energy. 2 feet firmly planted on the ground. Being patient. Calculating your next step before you take it. Looking at all your options and judging the best one. You know, Taurus, yes, they like their comfort. They can be stubborn. But in this energy, it's really beautiful, because in this energy, it keeps you going in the direction that is meant for you. It's not been swayed. You know, Taurus, I always pictured Taurus as the great oak. Deep roots. It's grounded. It's solid. And it's a little bit unwavering in its belief of, you know, once it's decided something, oh, you know, you're going to be hard pressed to change its mind. My mum and dad are Taurus. And, you know, it's like once they've decided, that's it, they've decided. Of course, that's exaggerated energy, you know, but this is telling me that in that moment of pausing, reconfirming your direction, it's because you can see the goal in sight. Prosperity lies ahead. And with that new moon in Taurus card, prosperity lies ahead. That's not just, that's tangible. Taurus energy is in the tangible world. It's of this earth. So it's things that you can use to keep moving you forward. And I feel again, that's where we can come back to this freedom card. You might be earning more money. You might have found a place, you know, you might have moved and suddenly in this new place, the people need your services more. You might have found this better job that suits your goals and is, it pays you well. However the energy might be, it could be people coming in to help you, mentors. But there's a sense there's a sense that there's abundance here in whichever way you need pole number 1. And I feel that's what also gives you this freedom. And then we end your reading, my friends, with the Knight of Cups and the new moon eclipse. Expect powerful change. This is changing your life. And this is changing how you view the world, how you are in the world, who you are in the world, how you show up in the world. You know, Spirit's just shown me like long roots going deep into the earth. And I feel this is long reaching. This is deep, so deep within us, but anchored in the world. So this carries you through for a while. This is not just a dream that comes, gets achieved and then goes and it's almost like forgotten. This is big. It's powerful. And I feel it changes things for you. It changes you and it changes things for you. And there's a sense here of evolving and growing. And I really feel you're freeing yourself up for the new. Oh, I like that, Spirit. So pole number 1, you're freeing yourself up for the new. That's really beautiful. I'm going to leave you with those messages, my friends. Love and light. Have a wonderful new moon. Set those intentions and let yourself dream big, my friends. Take good care of yourselves. See you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, pole number 2. Welcome to your new moon reading. Let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for you. So we have Judgment, we have Justice, we have the 7 of Cups, and we have the 9 of Swords. We have Sunset, we have Surrender to the Divine, Full Moon, we have New Moon in Aries, it's time to take action. We have Void of Course Moon, nothing will come of this situation. And we have Full Moon in Libra, a win-win outcome is forecast. Okay. Okay, pole number 2, we have this Sunset card. I'm going to hold it up just for a moment so you can just take in the image. The 7, the 7s in the cards are really popping out at me. You've also got the 7 of Cups. because we are working a 7-year this year. So when I see, maybe not so much in the tarot, but when I see a 7 in the oracle, I kind of get the feeling that the reading is setting you up for the rest of the year, so the rest of 2023. Or it plays a big part, like it's a turning point this year. But the energies will either impact the rest of the years or will flow on for the rest of the year. So sorry, will impact the rest of the year or will flow on for the rest of the year. Now this sunset, I feel like the sun is setting on your past. I feel like now is a time, and it's quite interesting because we've got all this Aries energy, and Aries energy is not very good at sitting quietly. And you've got the new moon in Aries. Now this is a new moon, this is the second new moon in Aries this year. We had one last month. So the Aries energy is dominant in your reading, but the overall energy is one of, I feel like, pausing in between the action. You know, there's like, I can see, like, I feel like she's in a cave and there's the ocean and the tide's coming in, and then there'll be a time when the tide goes out. And I feel like it's almost saying in this reading for your pole number 2, pick your times, pick your battles, pick your mindset. You get to pick how you feel about something, how you choose to remember something, how you choose to move forward on something, how you choose to show up in the world. It's your choice. You get to pick. And there's a sense that you're going to be given time, because I feel like it's at the sunset that the light is not so bright, the energies are calmer. Everybody's in that almost, you know, you go into a more restful mode after the activities of the day, whatever they were. So there's this sense of calming down, getting ready for sleep. And for some of you, I feel that the sunset, that evening time, will be really important. If you journal, do your journaling at that time. If you meditate, do your meditations at sunset, in the evening. When the energies are calming down. You know, and sunset, yes, you know, depending on where you are in the world, the sun sets at all different times. So if we're in the winter zone, it sets much earlier. So I apply sunset as that time of quietness. So sunset for you might be once the kids are bathed and fed and they're in bed. That can be your sunset. Use that down, where the energies are slowing down and calming down. Use that time for you. Because I feel like there's clarity that's going to come in that time. I feel like there's a lot of rejuvenation that's going to come in that time. There's a lot of answers, guidance. And you'll be, the more you can allow, I feel the more you'll notice, the more you'll hear, the more you will understand. because we've got judgment, justice, the Seven of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. And for me, this is very energy of, yes, co-creating with Spirit, but Spirit said it runs deeper than that. It's understanding. So, okay, so Spirit wants me to just take a step back and explain the co-creative energies. So if you've been following me for, a little while, I often talk about how we co-create with Spirit, especially with the major arcana and the minor arcana. But Spirit wants me to tell you that Spirit's always working with you. It's this dance, it's this energy. It's sometimes we might feel it's there to slap us in the face, or it's there and slaps us in the face, but it's always been there. Because Spirit wants you to not only understand but trust in this co-creation. Because I feel at this new moon, I feel that you're being really guided, and I keep getting the word download. That's what I call my channeling. When I journal, or sometimes I might be talking to somebody and I'll stop mid-sentence because I get a download that makes me realize, oh, that's interesting. What I was saying was not authentic. Or what I was saying was an old, outdated way of thinking. Or I was saying something maybe to impress the other person, or to show it was maybe more ego driven. Thank you, Spirit. And Spirit's telling me to make sure that I don't put myself down as I say that. It's not a judgment on myself. It's just to state what is. So the reason I've said that is because I feel that with the judgment and the justice, I feel that Spirit wants to take control. Now, we have a hard time. It's been developing over generations and generations and generations. But we have such a hard time asking for help. We have such a hard time admitting that we're not coping, or that we can't do it all by ourselves. If we look at thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, we see a different type of human, a human that was fully aware that without those around them, they would not survive. We needed the help of others. We needed the expertise of others. We co-created our lives with others. And now in the modern world, that need is not obvious, because our modern world has made us so self-sufficient. I mean, I'll leave that up to your beliefs and how you see the world, but it is, I think, a little bit built on cards, because it wouldn't take very much to have that topple over. And there's this sense that I'm really feeling so strongly in your reading, pole number 2. And as I was saying, like, I had to look over to see what pole I was on. But I think that was just Spirit calling me to the black obsidian. It's a stone of protection, and it's a stone that repels negative energies. And I feel Spirit has drawn me towards it because I feel it's so important in your reading, because I feel that Spirit wants to take the reins. And this Aries energy could work with that or a little bit against that, because the Aries energy is very independent, very much I need to do this my way and the way I want to do it and how I want to do it and when I want to do it. And so, you know, sometimes it's not an energy that plays very well with others, especially if the Aries energy thinks that the other energies around it are not supportive. If the other energies, if the Aries energy feels that the other energies around it are supportive, they will take all those energies along for a ride with them. It's like the more the merrier, come on, let's do it. But if Aries feels that the energy is against it or gonna stifle it, the Aries energy will go it alone. But Aries energy is a believer. There's something in them that believes in the magic, the potential of something. And I think that's what Spirit wants you to tap into, pole number 2. Can you trust enough to let go of the reins? Can you trust enough to keep moving slowly? Allow those big dreams to come to you, because the Judgment, this is the week of this new moon. So the new moon is all about making intentions. So we've got the week of the new moon, we've got the week of the waxing moon, we've got the week of the full moon, and we've got the week of the waning moon before we go into the new moon reading in May. But at this new moon, and sorry, Spirit's just drawn me to the below card, which I hadn't even taken into consideration. Look at this. I'm telling you that Spirit wants you to drop the reins. It wants to be the driving force. And look, you've got full moon, surrender to the divine. So I really feel with this Judgment card as well here, I really feel that for the next 2 weeks, so from this from this new moon to the full moon in early May, surrender to Spirit, surrender to the divine. The divine wants to help you, because this Judgment card is, there's been an ending, like they're in coffins. There's nothing more final than death. And this is just an analogy. This is not all pole number 2 dying or anything like that. Nothing. I don't read those in my readings at all. I don't channel messages like that. But this is, I feel, the death of an old way of living, an old mindset, an old way of doing things. It can be an old job, old relationships, and it doesn't mean that everything's going to end. It will be different for all of you. But Spirit doesn't want you to stay in your coffin. And that kind of makes me think that things have already ended. So can you trust enough to allow the divine to guide you? Can you trust enough to just believe in those little nudges that the universe gives us, those little hunches? And I feel this is going to be not only in setting your intentions for the full moon, for the new moon, sorry, I've got full moon on my brain with this card, but it's literally trusting that your next step will come to you, will be shown to you. And I'm really getting the sense here that Spirit wants you to let go. And that's interesting energy, because the letting go is always done at the full moon. But there's a sense here of, oh, thank you, Spirit, because I've just said the full moon, and then I saw, oh, this is the full moon card. So in order to set your intentions for this new moon, because this is the week of the new moon, you need to surrender. You need to allow the old to fall away. Don't make your hopes and wishes, don't set your intentions on the old. Spirit's guiding you to the new. This sunset, I keep getting drawn to it. It's just the colours. It's like you're in that time of quiet contemplation, dreaming. And I feel the more you can do that at this new moon, the more you can forget about the past, forget about your past failures, forget about where you are right now. It's not, setting new moon intentions is not about being in the present moment. It's about daydreaming and looking into the future, and what would we like to see in our future? How would we like to see our future self being and living? And what will they be doing? Or what will it be doing? And there's a sense of, there's a release and a letting go and allowing Spirit to take the reins, so you can almost access that energy. Because then the second week, so the week after this new moon, you've got justice, and it's a time to take action, new moon in Aries. And I feel the more you, again, major arcana, Spirit wants to take the reins, Spirit wants to guide you, Spirit wants to co-create with you, but at this point in time, Spirit would like to be the driving force. But you need to allow it. Spirit's saying to me, how will they allow it? Well, for all of you, it's very different. So Spirit's saying, for some of you, it's just going, okay, yes, universe, Spirit, God, my guides, my higher self, yes, I'm following you. You make the path clear so I know how to follow you, but I'm following you. Yes. It can be, right, well, this is what I feel is holding me back. These are my fears and my doubts. Here, Spirit, I'm giving them to you. Because the more you can do that, the more you can give up judgment of where you are now and how you got here and how you think that's going to impact your future. The more you can give up on self-judgment, judgment of your situation and judgment of others, the more Spirit can come in and scoop you up and transport you. And there's this sense that the Justice card will bring you balance and clarity. Now, when we take action, the more balanced and the more clarity we have, the more we can forge forward. You can run when you're free. You try running when you've got both your shoelaces tied together, or when you've got your hands tied behind your back. It's a little bit more difficult. You can run better on firm ground than you can in water or mud or slippery surfaces. So there's this sense that Spirit is freeing you to enable you to take better action, to enable you to leap. To climb. To feel limitless. To have confidence in yourself. And confidence in what you're trying to do. And I love that. I love that in your reading, because at the time of the full moon, which is all about letting go, forgiveness, gratitude, you've got the Seven of Cups and you've got the void of course moon. Nothing will come of this situation. Nothing is going to come from your doubts and your fears. Nothing's going to come from feeling like you've got to make this decision, you've got to pick, you've got to make this happen, you've got to strive. Which one do I pick? Which one do I pick? And look, you've tied yourself into knots. Because I feel there's a sense here, pile number 2, that there's something in the past that's holding you back. And it can be failures. We all fail. That's how we learn. That's how we grow. If we don't ever try, if we don't take that first step, even though we're not 100% sure of what we're doing, we can't get to the point where we tweak and we evolve and we, redo. Now, I believe Mercury goes into retrograde around, I think I'm maybe on the 21st, but don't quote me on that. Now, Mercury is all about rethinking, reevaluating. It's all the re words. It's like, Mercury's in retrograde. It's rewinding, if you like. It doesn't mean we go backwards, but it means we pay attention to what's been, so we can evaluate. We can reschedule ourselves. We can rewire ourselves. Reconsider what we're doing. And I feel that this Seven of Cups, it's like you're going to be given choices. We're always got choices. We're making decisions 100 times a day that half of them we don't even think about. Every minute of every day is a choice. And there's a sense that the choices will be there regardless of the energy that you embody, regardless of the work on yourself that you have done. But I feel that if you block your intuition, which is spirit communicating with you, it's the downloads that you get, it's the guidance that you get. If you don't allow yourself these quiet moments, if you forge ahead blinkered, the choices you'll make, I feel, will be really based on the past. There's this sense here of the past. Spirit keeps showing me and telling me it's done and dusted. And there's a sense here that you'll try to recreate it. Maybe with a new person, maybe in a new environment, maybe with a new job. But it's this sense that you're going to want to recreate something based on what you had in the past. And Spirit doesn't want you to. And nothing will come of this situation means it won't work. So Spirit wants you to be guided by new choices, new ways. If you decided that this was your path and come hell or high water, you're going to do it. In this reading, sometimes that energy is beautiful, pole number 2, but with this reading and with the energies that I'm feeling and the guidance that I'm getting from Spirit, you're not going to get anywhere. And no matter how much of this pushing and shoving and trying that you do, nothing will come of it. So at this full moon, this will be in May, at this full moon, it is so important that you let go. At this full moon, be grateful. Be grateful for the choices that you see in front of them. But you don't have to choose yet. And I don't feel you'll be choosing until the following new moon. I feel that this 4 weeks from this new moon to the next new moon is all about you taking action on making sure that every thought that you have, every action that you take, every guidance that you follow is based on the new, and that it's so strong, because you don't have the death card, you've got the judgment. And I'm just seeing, like, if there was another tarot card here, it would be the death card. Something ended in the past before this new moon. Now, it could be years ago, it could be weeks ago, it doesn't matter, but something has ended, and I feel like you're trying to keep hold of it, or you're trying to recreate it. Okay, it'll be different because the circumstances are different, but that's not what Spirit wants you to do. So there's this sense of, at this new moon, if you write down your intentions and they're the same as it was last new moon, think again. Think again. And sit with it. Sit with it for a bit. You might not get any. You might just have to sit with the energy. You might write down and realize, oh, I keep writing down the same thing. Wait. Maybe the following week, try again. That's when the clarity is coming with justice. But allow yourself to be in that process. Because I feel like Spirit's kind of, like I'm getting a tumble dryer. So it's like you're in this tumble dryer and the Spirit's kind of spinning you around so that you're a bit muddled and you can't just latch on to what was. And for a lot of you, this is your beliefs. Like a Spirit drew my eye. Do you believe that your dreams can come true? Do you believe that dreams come true? Not even Spirit corrected me then, because it just wants to know. Do you believe that dreams come true? Not your ones, not the ones you've had. There's a new set coming. There's a belief system that has to change, and there's trust that has to come in. This trust of something greater than you, deeper than you, is paramount for you, pole number 2. And then we end the reading at the time of the waning moon. So the week before the next new moon, and you've got the 9 of Swords, and a win-win outcome is forecast. New moon in Libra. Full moon in Libra. So this may go back, because we had the full moon in the beginning of April. Was the full moon in Libra. So you could have been feeling quite jumbled since then, since the beginning of the month, beginning of April. Not knowing, what am I doing? Where am I going? What's this all about? I just see this as doubt. I'm not even really seeing it as fear, actually, pole number 2. I'm really seeing it as doubt. Doubt and lack. I don't have what it takes. I don't have what I need. I can't do it. I feel with this energy pole number 2, I feel there's a sense of lack of self-worth. I feel there's a sense that life has kind of knocked you to your knees a little bit. And life does do that. Oh my gosh. And sometimes we're not just knocked to our knees. Sometimes we've knocked face down in the dirt. And I think we can all agree, we have all been there, where we've just thought, I've just got to lie here for a bit because I don't think I have the strength to pick myself up. But look at us. We always do, don't we? A win-win outcome is forecast. There's the balance again. Look at this balance. If some of you are worried that this new path is going to hurt others or is going to alienate others, don't. When we do things from a heart space, when we do things in complete alignment with ourselves, Spirit will never guide us to hurt another. Never. But it won't guide us to stay in a situation where we are being hurt by staying there. So your intention, so if this is a relationship or a job or family, and suddenly you want to go to the new and you have to leave them behind, you're not intentionally hurting them. You're following a calling, you're following your heart. And with time, they will realize that that is the best thing that could have happened. When we end relationships, we not only allow ourselves to find a relationship that fits us better now because we've changed, we've evolved, but also we free our partner to also find somebody more in alignment with them. And when that happens, it's like, oh, I'm so glad that happened. Why stay in a situation? If you're not happy, you can't make anybody else happy. And that works as well as it works at your job as well, in work as well. You know, if you get up every day and go to work and you're, ugh, I hate this. What if you letting go of that job? Okay, your boss might not be happy initially, but what about when he finds that person that wakes up every morning and goes, I've got the job of my dreams? Might not be your job of your dreams, but that's not to say that that job is nobody's dream. Of course it is. We're all on different paths. We're all called to different things. That job was probably a dream of yours years ago. When you first got it, you probably felt so lucky and so grateful. So we change and evolve, and we need to realize that. But this is Spirit reminding you that you're protected. You're guided. Allow yourself to be guided. I'm going to leave you with those messages, pole number 2. Love and light, my friends, sending you so much warmth and blessings. Take good care of yourselves. Have a wonderful new moon. Set those intentions based on where you find yourself now, not the past. Love and light, my friends. Bye-bye. Hello, pole number 3. Sorry, I'm ahead of myself there. Hello, pole number 3. My apologies. Welcome to your new moon reading. Let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for you. What a way to start for a new moon. The Magician. Manifesting. We have the 3 of Cups. We have the Chariot. Oh, I thought I'd maybe lost it. And we have Temperance. Look at this major arcana. Oh my goodness, pile number 3. This is beautiful. We have 17 and return. That's interesting. Especially that I'm pretty sure we have a Mercury retrograde on the 21st. Don't quote me on the date exactly, but it's the 20th or the 21st, something along those lines. Mercury goes retrograde, which is all about reevaluating. We have North Node, step out of your comfort zone. We had your hard work is paying off with the new moon in Capricorn. We have new moon in Libra, a new romantic cycle begins. And we have waxing crescent moon, have faith in, have faith in your dreams. I'm just going to space this out a bit so you can see it better. So I was called to sort of change up this the moon readings a little bit. We've got the overall energy, and then we've got the 4-week breakdown as per normal with the tarot. So that's the new moon, the waxing moon, the full moon, and the waning moon cycle. But I felt drawn with the moonology to actually use it to clarify, to give more information on each week. So let me know in the comments if you like this setup. I feel with the first 2 readings it feels really good. It does make my readings possibly a little bit longer, or it could just be the downloads that I'm getting, so they're a bit longer this week. But I hope the messages resonate and bring you meaning and guidance. So we've got this beautiful card saying return. Now when I first looked at it, when I first turned it over, I thought, oh, that's so interesting. Now with this energy, return is not the word I would have associated with it. And so my first thing was like, oh, Spirit, that's an interesting message. And so when I picked up the card, the first thing I got is look at the card. And I'm just seeing this gorgeous little dog at the door. And I just got, what is yours will return to you. So I just got the image of this little dog that's, you know, kind of run out and you may have lost it, but it'll come back. It'll return to you if it's meant for you. And that's a beautiful energy as an overall message, an overall energy for these next 4 weeks from new moon to new moon. What is yours will return to you. So for some of you, I feel what you think was lost isn't. Now that can be a physical object, so that can be something physically that you've lost. You may, over the next 4 weeks, between this new moon and the next new moon, you may actually find it, or a replacement for it. And with this light shining through the door, I just feel like that Spirit saying it's probably going to be interesting in the way that it returns to you. There's a sense here of, Spirit just said to me, don't cry over spilt milk. It's not a saying I use very often. But for me, when it came to me, it was very much like there's still milk in the carton. So you can mop up what's spilled. It's okay. So there's a sense that there may be something that leaves your life in these next 4 weeks, give or take, that wasn't meant for you. It's gone to find its rightful place. And there's a sense with this card that Spirit's asking me to tell you to trust in that. Now, this can be things of a tangible nature, but it's also, I'm feeling, a about the intangible, the ideas that you had, the dreams that you had, the mindset or the drive that you had might have kind of vanished, and you're kind of thinking, oh, I'm not that keen now, but oh, it was a dream. I've got to keep going. I've got to keep forging forward. No. Thank you, Spirit. So I got the no first, because for a lot of you, the no is, it's actually leaving you because it no longer resonates. It no longer sits with the new you. You've learnt what you needed to learn. But for some of you, it is a sense of pause. Take time out. Rest. And I know that's not conducive of an Aries new moon. Because, you know, Aries, when they're in full flight, yeah, it's a little bit difficult to slow them down. But there's this sense here of pausing and allowing what is. So allow the energies to be. Allow the circumstances to be. Allow others to be. What is for you will stick. And you'll see it. Like Spirit will say to me, is saying to me, like, you know, this is, I mean, I very much hope this doesn't happen to any of you, and I think it's just an analogy because that's what got me thinking. That's how Spirit speaks to me sometimes, shows me pictures because he knows exactly how I'm going to interpret them. But if you've lost your little puppy and it comes back to your home, you don't just kind of go, oh yeah, great. You know, there's joy, and there's you notice that. So it's not a hidden thing. You will notice what is meant for you and what is not meant for you. You will notice what is falling away and what you need to let go of. So release your grasp of. And you'll know what has come back to you and what you can then run with. Now I think this is your overall energy, because you've got the Magician, and that's at this new moon. The Magician is all about manifesting. It's about as above, so below. So if you can dream it, you can do it. If you can imagine it, you can do it. And the Magician for a new moon is magic. It's literally magic. And there's a sense of this return. If you can just allow things to be as they are, if you can accept, thank you, Spirit, this is the message, my friends. If you can accept where you are right now and build on that, your intentions, your dreams, your goals, not based on the past, not based on what you may have had or what you haven't yet gotten. No comparing. The Magician's also telling me, don't ask. Don't set your intentions at this new moon for what you once had. No, no, no. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. And in the Northern Hemisphere, Aries season is spring. So it's new. It's a one. The Magician is not the Aries card, really. I see the Emperor as the Aries card, but the Magician is the one in the tarot. So it all starts here. So basically, Spirit saying, how do you want it to start? You get to dream it up. But it's important to let this return energy rest. If it's meant for you, it will return. probably, of course, if it was a pet, it would return hopefully exactly as it left you. But, you know, that's just an example. That's just an analogy. That's just to set the, to get you to see what I'm trying to say. But, you know, if things have gone, dreams and hopes and wishes, mindsets, jobs, people, let them, let it be. Don't set your hopes and dreams on those. Set new ones. And if those hopes, past hopes and dreams, or past situations, people, jobs, meant for you, they will come. It's in the letting go that you free yourself to joy, to alignment, and to peace. So I've already spoken extensively on the Magician because I felt it really, I mean, this is a new moon reading, so this energy is the most important. So this Magician, with this return and the way that Spirit showed it to me, you've got North Node. Step out of your comfort zone. I mean, if you wanted clarification on what I just said, there it is. The old was comfortable. And maybe that's why you're clinging to it. There's a sense of comfort, knowing what is. And I don't feel that Spirit is saying that's not allowed. I don't feel that your comfort zone was detrimental to you. You know, sometimes the comfort zone really stops us from stretching ourselves, from getting out there and trying new things. I don't feel that was the case for you. But I feel that because this is a major arcana, look, you've got 3 major arcanas. Major arcana is what Spirit does to co-create with you. The minor is what you do to co-create with Spirit. So it's your part that you play. The major arcana is the part that the universe plays in co-creation. So the universe wants to help you dream bigger, wider. And by wider, I mean more widespread. Looking beyond the limits that you see today. Like I said in the introduction, if you listened, it's that sense of don't limit yourself. Dream big and limitless. And Spirit is guiding you to step out of your comfort zone. Spirit is guiding you forward. And this, it starts at this new moon. Because when we dream and we set intentions and we set goals, it's almost like we've got a beacon in front of us. It's almost like it's like a lighthouse. We may not yet know how to get to the lighthouse. We might not know yet if it's walkable or if we need to drive. Will we need a boat? Will we need a helicopter? We don't know. But it's guiding us. It also shows us more easily when we step away from our path. Sometimes we might need to step away from our path a little bit in order to be able to keep going on our path. Sometimes we might have to take the job that we haven't dreamt about, that is not part of our dream, but the money that comes in and allows us to keep working towards. Maybe it allows us to study or do a side course, or just continue to live waiting for that better job opportunity. So it's that kind of energy. So setting these dreams and intentions is like a beacon, and the universe wants to, it kind of wants to guide you, because there's a sense here of looking at what was, and maybe with this comfort zone, looking at what was, with this return, looking at what you had and kind of going, well, the magician wants you to dream bigger and more. If you dream bigger and more, if what was in your life comes back, it's still taking you on your journey, but there's still more of a journey, isn't there? Most of these readings, it's been about dreaming big and having the confidence to dream big. We've got the Three of Cups, and we've got the new moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. And the first thing, when I was actually still saying the words, your hard work is paying off, Spirit brought me to this return to your comfort zone. Now, we often think of a comfort zone as being comfortable because it was perfect and it was wonderful. No. Comfort zone is knowing what you're doing. It's having a job that you've had for a while now, where you can walk in. You're not on autopilot, of course not, but you know the people that you're working with, you know the environment, you know what you need to do. You can walk in and start working. Every now and again there'll be a curveball thrown in, but you kind of know what you're doing. And there's a sense here that it wasn't smooth sailing. Your past, or what may have left you, was work. You worked hard to get there. And there's this sense at the week after the new moon, in this waxing moon phase, there's a sense of celebrate that. Celebrate where you've come from. Celebrate what is no more. Because it was hard work. And there's benefit to that hard work. You will see where that hard work, where Spirit was trying to guide you. Now notice, this is the only minor arcana, and it's the Three of Cups, which is celebration. Joy. That's what Spirit wants you to do. Feel joy. Give yourself a pat on the back, pole number 3. You've been working hard. And you're going to see, you're going to not only see, but you're going to reap the rewards in whatever way that is. That can be a new perspective. It can be a new job. It can be a new partner. It can be a new way of looking at your life. It could be anything. But these two together is celebrate. Spirit wants you to see, pole number 3, how far you've come. And for some of you, this hard work, being the Three of Cups, is there's people coming in to celebrate with you. So there's people coming in to either help you, guide you. They might even remind you how hard you've worked. They might be the ones that say to you, my gosh, look at what you've achieved. And you're going to be like, oh yeah. But take that pause, take that time to see it, because I feel that it's that pause that fuels your next momentum. Now, at the time of the full moon, you've got the Chariot, and you've got a new romantic cycle begins with the new moon in Libra. Now, Libra is the sign of balance. And the Chariot it's the Cancer card, which is befitting of the moon cycles. But it's also about being in alignment emotionally, mentally, physically. It's like your soul and your ego have aligned and are moving forward together. You have aligned with Spirit. You realize your connection, and therefore you're not fighting your intuition. You're not fighting these downloads that you get. You kind of go with them. You trust. And so there's this sense of moving forward in alignment. And when you do that, your Chariot, it's a fast moving card. So speed is denoted in the Knights, in the Eight of Wands, and in the Chariot. When you are in alignment, my friends, you move faster because you're not tearing yourself apart. You know, there's not your mind that drags you off in fear, and then your soul needs to guide you back, you know, and then it starts to set you off in one direction and your mind goes, oh no, and pulls you back. So there's this sense that your soul guides you, but you allow your humanness to be there as well. You allow your fears to be there, but you allow your soul to guide you out of those fears. So it's not all one or the other. And because we have a new romantic cycle begins, this could be in love for you, my friends. But I'm feeling that not just love of a partner, it could be the people, friends. This Chariot could also be that you've found alignment with those around you. You found the help that you needed, the guidance that you needed. There's a sense also of maybe this balance is not you doing it all on your own. And that's shown with the Major Arcana, doing it with spirit, but also doing it in the tangible world with resources and people that you need. I'm really drawn to a new cycle. And I feel at the full moon, as you do your releasing, your gratitude, letting go, your forgiveness, I feel there's something that shifts in you. And I feel it's an opening up. So there's love that, you know, when we open up to the world, to opportunities, to people, to life, our heart chakra opens. And we're guided by love, we're guided by openness, we're no longer guided by fears or judgment. I feel like for your reading, pole number 3, I feel like this is the new moon reading, but I feel the full moon is actually going to be quite important for you as well. I feel like this new moon is going to be full of magic. It is going to have you dreaming. It is going to have you, I feel this, the Aries energy of just wanting new. If you allow it, if you can let go of what was, know that what is meant for you will come back to you, or will come to you. You'll be able to dream big. You'll just have that, I'm just seeing effervescent bubbles in you. And it's just rising to the top and just bubbling and just like overflowing when you open like a new bottle of soda water or something like that, you know, lemonade, and it just kind of spurts because it's just, I kind of seeing that in you if you allow it. And then the full moon with the Chariot is releasing. By then you'll see what's returned and what hasn't. There'll be a big time of releasing and forgiveness, gratitude. Embrace those energies, pole number 3. Because look at the way you end the 4-week period. Temperance. Have faith in your dreams. This is like your guardian angels saying, Have faith. And this is the new path. But that, I always see the crown as like your higher self, your inner authentic self. And the path is guiding you to that. You're being guided, pole number 3, in such a profound way. And really all you need to do, I was going to say all you can do, is allow. But, you know, Spirit corrected me and says all you need to do is just allow. I feel, pole number 3, if you can embrace that energy of allowing, of celebrating, letting go, dreaming big, believing and trusting in everything that you can't yet see, and having true faith, not only in your abilities, but in these dreams that are bubbling up inside of you. I just got the sky's the limit. This is a beautiful, beautiful reading, pole number 3, because it's not only confirmation of dreams do come true, but it's this sense of trust that what is meant for you will come to you or return to you. So for some of you, it is something coming back. For others of you, it's a new return. You know, like a solar return. When you have your birthday and you have a solar return, you return to your birthday, but you're not, you know, it's like a spiral, isn't it? It grows. You're not as you were as a newborn baby. So thank you, Spirit. That's actually really interesting, because I just got things might return to you, but better. You need to see how that applies in your life. And maybe it's just that if it returns, you know there's something there. But you can't hope or wish for it to return. And I think you will be tempted to do that, pole number 3. But letting it go, allowing it to be, and dreaming new dreams, set new goals. Allow Spirit to guide you. I'm going to leave you with those messages, pole number 3, sending you lots of love, light and blessings, my friends. Have a good new moon. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, pole number 4. Welcome to your new moon reading. Let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for you this week. What a way to start. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the 7 of Wands, the Sun, and the 2 of Cups. Oh, isn't that beautiful? We have peace. We have adjustments are required. Be bold and make the first move. A time for healing, and nothing is yet set in stone. Nice. Okay, pole number 4. I don't know, I just suddenly feel excited. I don't really know why, so I will see where Spirit guides me with the messages. But I looked at this sun and I just felt instant excitement, like, oh yes. But I don't even know why I'm saying that yet. Look at this beautiful card. Peace. Now, I'm just going to have it. Is she sitting? Oh no, she's sitting. I thought she might be sitting on the water, but she's sitting on like a little raft. No oars, just sailing along. There's a sense with this peace card, especially, you know, after seeing that she's just on a raft. No sail, no paddles, just allowing herself to go in wherever the little river guides her. And being happy with that, allowing yourself to take in your surroundings. There's a sense for this reading, my friends, allow yourself to be guided. Peace is your overall energy for the next 4 weeks, so from new moon to new moon. So from this new moon reading to the next new moon reading. There's a sense that you're going to be guided. You don't need to paddle. You don't need to rush. And I feel that the peace card is here because a lot of you with this Aries energy will feel like you need to rush. And Spirit's telling me no. Enjoy. There's a sense here of really enjoying where you are right now. Just going with it. I could stare into this card, and the more I look at this card, and that's why I'm pausing it and allowing you to do the same, get lost in it. Feel the energy. I can feel the energy coming off this card, and it's just beautiful. It's really gentle, but strong. And it's just asking you to trust. Trust where you are being guided. Trust the synchronicities. Trust the unknown path. Because pole number 4, I feel like some of you, maybe even the majority of you, don't even have a path. Can't even see your path. And Spirit, it's just saying you don't even need one. Don't even worry about that. This is really interesting because a new moon is all about setting intentions, all about dreaming big. And yet this peace card is giving me quiet, calm kind of energy. And I feel it's because, so this is the full moon, the new moon. This is the waxing moon, the full moon, and the waning moon. So this is the 4-week period until we get to the next new moon. And so at this new moon, you've got the Ace of Pentacles. And I'm really getting a different vibe for you, and setting your intentions and daydreaming. With this Ace of Pentacles, which is a gift from the universe, I feel Spirit's actually saying there's no need. At this new moon, I feel like the intention to set is to say to the universe, to say to Spirit, your higher self, God, I trust in what is coming for me. I trust in the beautiful dream you have for me. And I don't think I've ever gotten that before. I've gotten the co-creating with Spirit, the setting your dreams and then allowing Spirit to guide you. But here I'm really feeling pole number 4 that not setting anything will actually be of so much more benefit for you. Because I feel like Spirit's going to bring you in this gift, this tangible seed that you can plant and you can grow and you can move forward with. And I feel like it goes a little bit against what you may have dreamt for yourself. But at the time of the full moon, there's this clarity that comes in. And I feel you allow Spirit, because this is the only major arcana you've got in your reading. So this is how Spirit, this is the part that Spirit plays in the co-creation that we have with Spirit. And the minor arcana is the part that we play when we co-create with Spirit. And the aces are interesting because the aces are a minor arcana. And the ace, for me, I always read them as a gift from the universe. But with the aces is you've got to accept it. If not, the gift is lost. So that's why it's a minor arcana, because it's nothing without you taking action on it. So there's a sense here at the full moon with the sun. You know, the full moon brings light in the sky. You know, it's bright at a full moon. It's dark at a new moon. And then you've got the sun on top of that, which is bright. So I just feel like there's this clarity, this understanding, this vision that comes to you. And I feel this Two of Cups, really interestingly, I feel it opens things up for you. I'm seeing it as negotiating with others. I'm seeing it as, I don't know why, but I'm seeing it as in going into business with others, signing contracts with others. I know it's not the card for that at all, really. You know, but going into partnership, it can be romantic. But I feel like in the tangible world, there's people helping you. You're setting things into place. You're seeing how you can do that. You're seeing how that might work. There's this give and take. And I'm feeling like it's like embracing the masculine and the feminine energy. It's like allowing yourself to do and to be, allowing yourself to receive and to give, allowing yourself to, I just want to even say, be loud and be quiet, be bold and be restrained almost. And there's this beautiful blend, and I keep coming back to this peace card. There's this beautiful allowing. Gosh, pole number 4, if all I was allowed to give you was one word, I would say allow. What you allow to come to you, what you allow to release from you, what you allow something to just be. In that allowance, everything changes. Everything, I feel everything will ramp up. I feel everything will then move. It's almost like the allowing this peace, this drifting on the raft, takes you the calmest and the shortest route possible to where I'm going to say where you need to be. And I just feel that that need to be and the want to be will actually come together for you. So with the reading, I've changed it up a little bit. So we've got the overall energy pole number 4, and then we've got the 4-week breakdown. But with the Moonology cards, I decided to do like a clarifier, like just additional messages for each week as they come through. But I still like to read the tarot separately because I still find it flows this way. But then I'll read them this way to give more information on each. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles. And we've got adjustments are required, 3rd quarter moon. Now, I just feel with this Ace of Pentacles, this isn't the dream you've dreamt up for yourself, because we're talking about the new moon. The new moon is setting your dreams and your intentions. But I feel this Ace of Pentacles is saying, well, this wish, this gift is not possibly what you dreamt up for yourself. But I still feel that you see the potential in it. Maybe not quite yet the opportunity, maybe not quite yet the whole value of it, but I feel that you definitely see something in it. There's something that you're looking at it sideways, kind of going, oh, I'm not sure about you. And I think it's because adjustments are required. Because I feel this path is not completely opposite to where you want it to be, but it's not, in some way, shape or form, it's not quite right to what you expected, pole number 4. But remember, we don't always know what's good for us. So there is a sense here that accepting this offer, accepting this gift, which could just be a new idea that's forming, or a new way of thinking that's forming. There's something very new. And the Pentacles I always see, like the Ace of Pentacles, I always see as a seed that you plant. So it moves you into the future. Like, it's a seed takes time to grow and to plant, and you don't know what you're planting. You could be planting an annual flower, and next season it won't be there anymore. You could be planting an oak tree that'll outlive you well and truly. But Spirit's saying there is adjustments that are needed here. And it just showed me the tree. So there's a tree in this image. So you're planting something that has long-standing value. It's not just something that's going to come and go. Something that's going to move you forward in your life and be there for a while. But there's a mindset, way of doing things. For some of you, that could be even tangible, because the Pentacle is tangible. So it could be adjustments in relationships, adjustments in your work life, adjustments in anything really. But adjustments will be required if you accept this gift, if you follow this new inkling. Because we've got the 7 of Wands, and we've got be bold and make the first move, cardinal moon, and Aries. So this is a new moon in Aries, and Aries is a cardinal sign. So there's a sense here that maybe the adjustment that's required is, I'm kind of seeing you having to defend this opportunity almost with others, or having to justify. And Spirit says we never have to justify ourselves, ever. But I feel people might be querying it. You might be going, what am I thinking? This Ace of Pentacles may actually be something that shows you how much you have changed, how different you are, and how much you may still have been operating in old habits and old thought patterns. Be bold and make the first move. Be bold and step out of the shell that was once you. And the shell is not the skin. It's like a snake sheds its skin. Now that skin, we can't look at it and go, oh, that's so bad. That skin once protected it. That skin was of benefit. That skin was not detrimental to the snake at all. But as the snake grows, it needs to shed its skin because the skin doesn't grow with it. So it sheds its skin, gives itself time, allows the new skin to, to toughen up a little bit, and then there it is. It doesn't look at its old skin and cry. It doesn't look at its old skin and try to glue it back together. And we do that, don't we? We do that. We look at what we've let go of and we kind of, we have regret and sadness and loss. And then we try to find ways to pick it apart so then it's less painful to let it go. No, it served you at one stage, pole number 4, but now be bold and move. Move on, move forward, make the first move. And the first move might be going up to your boss and saying, do you know what? My life has really changed recently. I need to do more hours. I need to do less hours. I have more expenses. I could really do with a pay rise. Could be, speaking to a partner and saying, do you know what? As we're going, it's not working for me anymore. I've changed and I need this or I need that. And it's not forcing the other person to do whatever you say. You're just stating your needs, and then from there you work together. Does it work? Great. Does it not? Okay, something has to be let go of. And I feel Spirit saying here that you need to be the one that speaks up and says, this is what I need now. And you'll see how you've changed. You'll see what you need. But I feel with this 7 of Wands, it's saying, don't go in like a battle. Don't defend yourself. Don't find excuses. Don't put yourself at the top and others below you. I almost feel like it's come on common ground. Because we all have a right to what we need. We might not get it to the extent that we need it, and then we can see, okay, does that work for us or not? So then there's choices that come from that. But rather than complain or whinge or find fault, it's time to speak up, make the first move, be bold, say, ask for what you need. And I think that at this new moon, pole number 4, I feel like this Ace of Pentacles is that clarity. It's almost like knowing what you need now, or having an understanding of how much you've changed. Like suddenly you're just going to be feeling different, thinking different. And then at the time of the full moon, you've got the sun. So much clarity. And you've got a time for healing, the balsamic moon, a time for healing. And this healing, I feel, is going to be really joyful. Like this healing pole number, you know, sometimes when we go through healing, it's painful, and it's how am I trying to say it, Spirit? Okay, but Spirit's just said to me, you understand. This healing is different. This healing is going to be done with joy, because this healing comes from a place of not anger or not resentment. It comes from a place of knowing that you are stepping forwards to what you really need. You've asked for what you need. And things may have fallen away, things might be changing. And even if things haven't fallen away, if things have just changed, there's a time of healing in that as well. There's this time where, you know, your partner or your boss might be like, oh, you know, it was so much better when you worked more, you know, we're so short-handed. And then you'll just have to be like, I'm sorry, I can't do more. This is the best I can do. But, you know, while I'm here, I'm giving it my 100%. And your boss might then think, no, it's all good. It's all good. But there's that in-between time where everybody's getting used to the new way that things are being done. And I'm feeling even this is for you as well, pole number 4. This is you getting used to the new you, cutting yourself some slack. Healing and letting go. The full moon is all about letting go, releasing what no longer serves you, forgiveness and gratitude. And look at this energy. You're healing through that, and you've got the sun. I just get a sense that come the full moon, there'll be a sense of joy in you. And maybe one that some of you won't even be able to explain, because to the outside world it might look like your world has fallen a little bit apart, but you're not going to feel that way at all. Because when we fully acknowledge what we need and the things that don't fit that fall away, there's this sense of peace. There's this sense of, oh, I'm moving in a fulfilling direction. I'm moving in the flow of my authentic self. And then that opens you up for new things, new partnerships, new relationships, new choices. And then we've got the mutable moon. Nothing is yet set in stone. Nothing is yet set in stone. So allow yourself to fluctuate, allow yourself to float, find your new direction. That's this energy of allowing things to shift and turn. Everybody's trying to find their ground again. You know, when there's upheaval that comes in, there's a time of settling. You know, when the waves crash at the beach, the sand gets turned over. So sometimes the waves closer to the beach look like they're full of sand. They don't look clear and beautiful. But then the minute it crashes and it starts to subside, the sand sinks to the bottom and the water's clear again. So there's this time of turbulence and everything looks a bit messy. But then we can allow that to relax. And we relax into that. And it becomes calm again. Look at these Look at the difference in the water. There's this, it's reflecting, it's calm, it's still flowing, she's still moving, but look at these waves crashing. It's turbulent. You know, I'd like to be on here, I wouldn't like to be in that. But this is what happens when we change, we evolve, we grow, things get messy, things get a little bit like, oh, well, I know how we used to do it, but that doesn't work for us now. So, okay, so how are we going to do this now? How would I respond to this situation being who I am now? And this is turbulent because we've got our old habits, we've got our old ways of doing things that we kind of automatically fall back to sometimes. But there's this sense of take your time. Others will help you if you allow them. Make your choices based on the new. And I really see this opening up. Be open. Open to the new. Open to where you're flowing to now. And be open to this sense of peace. You know, this card doesn't say, I mean, I've been explaining it so much as like accepting and flowing, but the card says peace. So open yourself up to a time of peace. Know that we don't change our life so we can sit in turbulent waters. We don't change our life so we can pull out the rug from ourselves or other people. We change our lives to be more aligned with ourselves and therefore to find more peace within ourselves. And when we find that peace within ourselves, and if that is the true reason why we have created turbulence, why we have changed things, we haven't done it to annoy somebody or to get back at somebody, we've done it for our inner peace. With love and compassion, kindness. But the driving force is the alignment within us, to be aligned with our authentic self and to be at peace with ourselves. This turbulence doesn't last long. The love comes into it very quickly, and this mutual respect and understanding settles the waves very quickly, and then the water becomes clear and calm again. Be guided by your heart, my friends, and be guided by the new. You're changing profoundly, changing the way you view the world, definitely changing the way you see yourself, and that will have a big impact on how you live your life. I'm going to leave you with those messages. Pole number 4, love and light and lots of blessings, my friends. Have a wonderful new moon. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.